And here we go.
Let me read the question now. Diagram 5 show a straight line AB. So this is the straight line AB which has the coordinate PQ and XY respectively. Okay, let us read the question. Part A. It is given that point B divides the line segment AC in the ratio of m:n such that C coordinate RS. Okay, so literally the point B is dividing between point A and point C in a particular ratio, which in the form of ratio m:n. Okay, so we need to derive the formula. That is for the question part A. For the question part B, given that A 3, 2 and B coordinate 6, 0, state the range of values of R and of S if m less than equals to n. Okay, for the question B part 2, find the values of P if the straight line x/6 plus y/P equals to 1 is parallel to AB. So this is the overall question. Okay, so let us begin our discussion for the question 8 part A now. Okay, so for the question 8 part A, what I'm going to do is to make you understand better. So I'm going to do a sketch between the line A and line C, and then I'm going to make the line B in between the line A and line C, and of course it is separated by a specific ratio, in this case ratio m:n. Okay, so let us begin to do the sketch. Okay, so this is the coordinate A, PQ. Okay, and then you have a coordinate B, which is XY, and then you have coordinate C, which is in this case is RS. Okay, and then it is divided in the ratio of m:n. So we will assume that this is the m, is the n. Okay, this is from A to B is the ratio of m, from B to C it's the nth ratio. Okay, so from here, how we're going to do the derivation is we're going to apply the line segment formula, guys. Okay, so from the line segment formula we should able to derive the formula. Okay, so let us do it one by one. Okay, let me delete this. Okay, so from here it is given that coordinate B XY. Okay, usually the line segment divides a 2 point in a particular ratio, right? So we're going to let the point B in the left hand side, and then we're going to do our working, in this case the derivation at the right hand side. Okay, so from here P, the x coordinate, times with the opposite ratio, so in this case P times with n. Okay, so from here P times with n. Okay, and then plus with the second x coordinate, in this case is the x, in this case is the r, not x, guys, so sorry. Okay, let me repeat again. P, okay, times with the opposite ratio, in this case is n. Okay, and then you plus with r times with the opposite ratio. Okay, in this case opposite ratio is m. Okay, and then you divide with m plus n. Okay, the summation of ratio. So this is for the x coordinate. Okay, the similar concept you follow for y coordinate as well. So from here Q, okay, the first y coordinate you times with the opposite ratio, in this case Q times with n. Okay, and then you plus with the second y coordinate, in this case the x, the s, letter S over here. Okay, times with the opposite ratio, in this case is m. S times with m. Okay, and then you divide with the summation of ratio, in this case is m plus n. Okay, so technically this is your final answer. Okay, you can leave your answer in this way, or you can write in this way as well. P n plus Rm divide with m plus n, okay, and then comma Qn plus Sm over m plus n. Okay, you can leave your answer in coordinate form also can. Okay. So let me close the bracket. So this is your final answer. Okay. For the question part A, if you know how to apply the line segment formula, it should not be a problem for you to solve the question part A. Okay, you just need to be careful in the, when you're deriving. Okay, if you derive wrongly, of course you'll end up getting a wrong answer. So for that, you need to be extra careful. Okay, otherwise, if you apply the line segment formula, you should be able to get the answer. So in this case, this is your answer for the question part A. So let us proceed our discussion for the question B, part 1. Okay, here the question starts to get a bit complicated. So from here, they already give the information that coordinate A is 3, 2 and coordinate B is 6, 0. Okay, so whenever a question gives you information, immediately write down in your working. So from here, given that, okay, coordinate A is equals to 3, 2 and then B is equals to 6, 0. Okay, so from here they ask us to state the range of values of R and of S if M less than equals to N. Okay, in this case M and N is the ratio. Okay guys, so let me remind you again. So the sketch which I made for the question part A and which I'm about to make for the question part B is just a sketch. They are not based on the actual coordinate, guys. Okay, so the purpose of the sketch, why we are doing this, it's for us to imagine, okay, to make our problem easily solvable. Okay, so this is the question part B. Okay, so we need to state the range of values of R and of S. So from here, how are we going to start? Okay, similar concept. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sketch a straight line. Okay, similar working. Okay, in this case our coordinate A, we know that it is given by the question is 3, 2. Okay, and then they gave us that the coordinate B is 6, 0, and then coordinate C, in this case, do you know the coordinate C? We don't know yet, so that is the one we are about to find now. We are about to find the range. Okay, so in this case R comma S. Okay, and then we write the ratio here respectively. Okay, so from here, so since we have two variables here, what are we going to do is we're going to solve them separately, coordinate by coordinate. Okay, we're going to start with the X first separately and then followed by the Y, and then later on we're going to do the comparison. Okay, so this is the overall idea on how we going to solve the question. Okay, so by the way, this is also one of the way for you to do in order for you to solve the line segment problem as well. Okay, because usually line segment, they'll give you the formula so you can easily substitute in, but in this case it's a bit different. So okay, let me teach you that. Okay, so in this case, let us start for the X coordinate. Okay, so from here, so the ratio, okay, M, we're going to divide with N. Okay, M divide with N is equals to, okay, why we are doing this, 6 minus 3. Okay, so 6 minus 3 in this case. Okay, 6 okay, 6 minus 3 Okay, and then for the ratio n, it will be r minus 6. Okay, because we are just solving the x coordinate. Okay, so from here m over n is equals to 6 minus 3, which in this case representing the ratio m, and then r minus 6 in this case representing the ratio n respectively. Okay, so from here m over n is equals to 3 over r minus 6. Okay, let me underline the fraction over here. Okay, since the question already gives us m is less than equals to n over here, so what you're going to do is, okay, so from here 3 will be less than equals to r minus 6. Okay, and then r minus 6 will be more than equals to 3, because why we are doing this, we are literally swapping the inequality, so r minus 6 should be more than equal to 3. Okay, and from here you should get your r more than equal to 9. Okay, so in case if you are wondering how come we can come up with this equation, okay, remember this guys, literally in this case m is representing as 3, n is representing as r minus 6. So let us write this in the early form. So 3 is equals to r minus 6 if m equals to n, but now m is less than equals to n, so this equation will turn to become 3 less than equals to r minus 6. So this 3 is actually representing the variable m, and this r minus 6 is representing the variable n. Okay, so this is the explanation of why I come up with this equation. Okay, because fraction guys, okay, it's a straight comparison, m divided with n is equal to 3 over r minus 6. Okay, and they already gave us the special condition that m less than equals to n. So in this case 3 will be less than equals to r minus 6. So that's how we get our first range, r is more than equal to 9. Okay, so let me underline the first solution. Okay, so this is for the x coordinate. So let us proceed our discussion for the y coordinate now. So for y coordinate, okay, so from here similar working. So from here 2 minus with 0 is equals to m. So from here you can also write m is equals to 2 minus 0. Okay, and then divide with n. So from here n, similar concept, 2 minus 0, and then divide with 0 minus s. Okay, so 2 minus 0 over 0 minus s. So from here you calculate m over n is equals to 2 over negative s. You can write like this, or you can also write negative 2 over s. So the negative you can put at the numerator. Okay, it is the same after all. So m over n is equals to negative 2 over s. So since the condition is still applicable, since m less than equals to n, okay, so from here negative 2 will be less than equals to s. Okay, so since negative 2 less than equals to s, so s will be more than equals to negative 2. So we just swap the location of the inequality. So from here S will be less than equals to negative 2. So this will be your answer for the S, the range of the S, where in this case S is more than negative 2. Okay, let me underline the solution. Okay, the explanation still applies, guys. Okay, M you compare it, the M you compare with negative 2, the N you compare with S. Since M less than equals to N, this is the condition given by the question. So the negative 2, which in this case represented as M, less than equals to S. This case the S is represented as N. See the condition, it's reflect the inequality, the equation, and that's how you get the answer over here. Okay. So from here, let us focus our discussion for the question B part 2. Okay. So from here, question B part 2. Find the value of P if the straight line x over 6 plus y over p equals to 1 is parallel to AB. Okay, is parallel to AB. So that means that this straight line is parallel to AB. Okay, what is the question trying to tell you? If the straight line is parallel to AB, it means that the straight line and this straight line AB, they have the same gradient. Their gradient is exactly the same, and that is how you need to interpret the question, guys. Okay, this is how the question will give you the clue. Let's say if the question gives you x over 6 plus y over p equals to 1 is perpendicular to AB. So how are we going to solve? So in this case, it will be the summation of their gradient, which in this case m1 times with m2 will be equals to negative 1. But then since now it is parallel, so the two straight line gradient will be exactly the same. Okay. So from here, so let us write back our information over here. In this case, A is equals to 3, 2. Okay, B is equals to 6, 0. Okay, and then the question already gave us that the gradient of AB is parallel to the gradient of the straight line. The question that they gave, right? The equation, the x over 6 plus y over p equals to 1, they both have the same gradient. So if they have the same gradient, the first step what we need to do is, of course, we need to find the gradient of the AB. That will be our very first step. So how to find the gradient of a straight line? y2 minus y1 divide with x2 minus x1. Okay. So from here, y2 minus y1, you can choose any point as y2 or any, you can choose point B as y2 or you can choose point A as y2. It's up to you. So in this case, I'll choose B as the second point, followed by the A as the first point. So from here, 0 minus 2 divide with 6 minus 3. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay, you divide them. Okay. So from here, you get your gradient of AB, straight line AB is equals to negative 2 over 3. Okay. You decode the question one by one. Say I sound too technical. Okay. So from here, parallel. Okay, this symbol means parallel. Okay, parallel means same gradient. Okay, so parallel, the question mentioned parallel, okay, which means they are the same gradient. Okay, so we already know the gradient of AB. Let us do the comparison with the straight line x over 6 plus y over p equals to 1. So the next step what we're going to do is we're going to simplify this equation and we're going to compare with the gradient of AB that we have found just now. Okay, so are we good? So from here, x over 6 plus y over p equals to 1. Okay, so let us do some modification in this equation. So our main objective is we need to get rid of the fraction. Okay, we don't want all this complicated fraction. So what we do, we start with the easy one. We times the whole equation by 6. times the whole equation by 6. So from here, so when you times the whole equation by 6, you get x plus 6y over p is equals to 6. Okay, now your equation is getting slightly simpler. Okay, it's getting simple. Okay, but you still have one more fraction. Simplify some more, times the whole equation by p. Now, okay, so when you times the whole equation by p, so from here you get px plus 6y is equals to 6p. Okay, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange such that it is following the y equals to mx plus c format. Okay, so from here 6y is equals to negative px plus with 6p. Okay, of course this px from the left hand side, you move it over to the right hand side. Okay, that is the explanation, guys. Okay, so from here 6y is equals to negative px plus with 6p. So from here you get your y is equals to, so you divide the whole equation by 6. So from here is negative p over 6 x plus with p. Can you see it's follow exactly the straight line equation format? Y is equals to mx plus c. So in this case your gradient is negative p over 6. Okay, I choose to write in this way because it looks simple. I mean you can easily compare with the gradient of AB later on. Okay, plus with p. Okay, now you already get the gradient. This is your gradient, which in this case is negative p over 6, and you already get the gradient of straight line AB, which is negative 2 over 3. So for the next step will be, so we're going to compare this gradient and the gradient of AB together, and from there we can able to get the value of p. So we are almost there, we are very close to our final answer, so hang tight, we are almost there. So from here negative p over 6, okay, through the comparison, so we're going to compare them, so is equals to negative 2 over 3. Okay, so to solve this equation, many students have their own method. Usually what they'll do, they will either cross multiply, but for this case I don't think cross multiply. Okay, if I were you, I will do a faster way. I'll just times the denominator and numerator by 2. It will be faster. Okay, so from here, because on the left hand side you have the denominator is 6, on the right hand side you have the denominator is 3, so you can literally make them equal by times the denominator and numerator by 2. So from here negative p over 6 is equals to negative 4 over 6. So the denominator you can cancel them out. Okay, you only left with negative p is equals to negative 4. Okay, the negative you can cancel them out. So from here your final answer will be p is equals to 4. So this is your final answer. Okay, okay, so let me scroll this up. So that is all for the explanation for the SPM 2021 Add Maths paper 1 question number 8. So I hope you have understand the question plus the explanation that I've given to you. If you like this video, make sure that you give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming Add Maths tutorial videos in the future, and make sure that you share this video to your friends, okay, so that they will find that it is beneficial for them. Okay, so thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.